People in this day and age are dumb, okay? In America, you have people talking about racism and gender, money, immigration, and the president. Now, we will come to understand that every country has their fallacy. Not all countries are perfect. That's the reason why there are new ideas being born every day. We want to reach perfection. But the point is, we're never going to reach it. So we are trying to make our way to perfection, but we're never actually making it. What are we making it to? At this point, it's a straight path. Question after question that connect. But you forget that it's not supposed to be a straight path. Like the food chain. First you start with the food chain, but then you realize there's a food web. Different animals feed on different things. Some animals feed on the same animal, the same plants, and sometimes they don't. But the question is not where are we going? It's what's happening around us as well. Because in schools, they will tell you to have a life goal. Something to do in your life. But I started to realize something else. One might view it as a carrot on a stick. You're so focused and intent on the carrot that you forget everything else happening around you. But someone else might say that it's completely different. That a goal actually helps you keep determined. Your goal is your motivation. You will do things to reach that goal. But another person would say that that is also wrong. See, every answer comes with another question. So if you were to answer everything, what would you answer then? Someone might say that's wrong. There is no limited questions. So how far then will we go? Millennials? Ages? Aeons? Eons? We have problems to solve. Okay? And we need to solve them. And another thing, for the people in America who hate Donald Trump, give yourselves a couple of reasons. And for the people who support him, give yourselves a couple of evidence to support it. Okay? People, the common people, are the power source. They are the reason why the high authority is the high authority. The reason why we have divided ourselves. Because we believe that people in the political parties are going to guide us. So when you believe that, when you believe that someone at the top is going to help you, you look up to them. You believe them, every little word they say. They will tell you something, you will believe it. Even if it's a lie, you will believe it. But this is what I hate, okay? You got the people who go one side, and the people who go the other. And that's fine. But then you have those same people say there is no in between. There is no third path. Like when your parent tells you, there's no such thing as I don't know. There's no such thing as maybe. So what the hell is the point of them existing in the first place? Why is there a definition? Why is it in a dictionary? Because it is existent. It is there. The reason people don't believe in it is because no one they know, not even themselves, have taken that path. The middle, the third, the missing. So when someone actually does take that path, they don't like them because they know that they are quote unquote breaking rules that are there to keep a system. Or what if the middle path also has its own rules that also governs itself? Then they hate it because they realize that they lost someone that they could have used. Maybe it could have befriended. But that's all on you. Let's say it right now. Everything in this world is based on the single man's interpretation, the individual. When people start dividing themselves and grouping themselves into to people that they are similar to, then it becomes foolish. Whatever happened to America that didn't give a shit when someone said nigga? Or when someone actually just said, fuck you. The people. There are people, I'm telling you this right now, that are fighting for people who don't even want to fight. Because they know they don't have a reason to. They could fight in their own ways. They don't need help. The Mexicans aren't looking for us to defend them if we are like this, divisive. You call someone a racist because of something that you see them as. That's not how it's supposed to be. You don't attack someone because of what you believe is right. That's the problem. You don't fight for what you believe is right. You fight for what you know is right. You got fucking adults telling kids that they can't be smart. Or even more painful, wise. Because they haven't fucking lived like their life, apparently. Okay? But you tell me this. If you have lived a life, you are an adult, you are owned. Then why are half of the adults acting like little children? Why are they yelling at another adult? Why are they yelling at younger children, teenagers? Why aren't you on the middle path? Or why can't you even see it? At least not acknowledge it. You may have lived a life but you haven't lived a million. Because it is impossible. Of course it is impossible. When you're acutely aware that something is horribly wrong, you try to do something to stop it. The Jews didn't believe something was wrong, and then they fell. America separated from Britain, an empire, to create its own colonies, its own country. They took, okay? They stole, they fought, they enslaved. Do you know when that happened? Because if I remember correctly, it doesn't seem like it happened just yesterday or today. It happened years ago, hundreds of years ago. We're not in that time anymore. You want to complain about the white man being in power, having fucking what, privilege? And you want to talk about the black man having less. Maybe you should see the reason why it is like that, instead of making up claims and believing something the high people you look up to so much say. They could say anything to you and you would believe it. Donald Trump says the Mexico's gonna pay the border for the wall, and you would believe it. But the Democrats are no different either. The arts, music, movies, books, video games. These are the arts. And do you know what people are trying to do to our arts? They are trying to influence it, one way or another. The people are trying to tell us what to believe in now, through what we like. If you are a political person, then I guess it fits you, but if you enjoy playing video games or watching movies, then looking at the problems in life, then I don't blame you, you know. People do that. It's how they escape reality and I guess, their feelings. But now these people want to influence that. And you know what? I don't like it either as much as others do. We have the right to say what we want. Okay? But you don't have the right to put your fucking politics and your imaginative world in what we like. You keep that in reality. Because the reason why we are watching movies, the reason why we're trying to escape from reality, is to escape you, those kinds of people that are trying to influence us, trying to tell us some shit that we already know. It isn't the president's fault. It isn't the Democrats. It isn't the Republicans. It's you, the common people. I've said it already. You are the power source. You are the ones with the most power. Why do you think that people want to put the common people down? Because that's where they get their energy from. That's where they get the fuel for the machines. Okay? The Democrats, the political parties, we outnumber them. Okay? If a news anchor tells you that you don't have power, or that there's a racist agenda happening in America, I'm sorry. You have lost the power. You have given up that power to someone else. Why do you think that people who listen to rock, they actually think? Because in the rock industry, no, in rock, and I'm talking about like heavy metal, I'm talking about speed metal, music that the comic rock may be mainstream, but it sure as hell ain't common. You don't look at a crowd at New York City and tell which ones listen to rock or not, because you don't know. They're not outright. They stand out, but only when they're not afraid to show who they are, what bands they like. Now, pop culture, rap, that's a different story. The music that people like also influences how they live. Okay? That's why rock people actually know how to think for themselves, because in the music of rock, they actually talk about thinking for yourself, not believing every little word that you hear. While in music today, the artist could tell you anything because you like them. You like the music, you like the beat, the rhythm, the style. And because you love the music, you love the person who made it. You love the person who sang in it. And then and there, you like the person. You look up to them. And so when they tell you something, you believe it. Society today is dwindling. If you don't do something about it, it's gonna get you. Doesn't matter who you are. That's why I don't like it when someone says you're a conservative, you're a liberal, you're a leftist, rightist, Marxist, socialist, capitalist, pro-Trump. I don't fucking care. You give me a goddamn name, I'm shoving it back up your ass. Okay? Because when you give yourself a title, when you give yourself a name, a brand, then you've also actually lost your power. Because now you have to side with them. Now you have to support them. Like the goddamn war. It's gone. No. People are gonna tell you that this country was made to not help women, or this country was made to keep the minorities like minorities. It's fucking bullshit. That's why we have amendments. That's why we can change the law. That's why we can overthrow the government. Because we have power. If you actually fucking believe that this country has been the same for years and years, that the civil rights movement never happened, you must be some fucking stupid, okay? To believe that everything that we've done up to this time has done nothing and is still the same. That's not how this shit works. You want to break from the cycle, you start to understand it. Like in Central America, like in Europe. Europe is in trouble. And if Europe doesn't fix itself, it's gonna fall. Same with America, same with every country. It's dumb. And just, we need to do something about it. But you can't do something if no one is allowing you to do it, so there's that.